Hi everyone, Nick the Gardener, and today we're going to talk about leaf mould and why it's so important. As you can see, my pile here is getting quite big. Just move a little bit closer to it actually. But yeah, I've been filling it up a few times and it's shrunk down quite a bit now. And the importance of leaf mould really in any allotment or garden is, can't be stated really, because it's so full of minerals and nutrients and real good food for all the soil life. It's just such a great soil amendment really. I mean, it lightens up clay soils and makes sandy soils more water retentive and hold on to the nutrients better. But also, I mean, like I said, I'm going to use this really as a potting on mix, not a potting on mix, a potting mix. So I'm going to mix it with my homemade compost and homemade worm castings. So hopefully next year I won't have to buy any compost or fertilisers or anything. Hopefully going to be self-sufficient in all of that. A bit of a tight arse, you see. But yeah, but so today I'm going to talk about how to accelerate the speed of the leaf mould as well. And the best thing to do really is to mow up all the leaves and get them into as smaller particles as possible, shredding them up, or putting them in a big bin with a strimmer or a leaf whacker, as you guys call it over the pond there. But yeah, I mean, I haven't done that with all of these. This top layer wasn't mowed up, but all the other layers were. There's a tiny little bit of grass in there which will help get a little bit of heat into it to accelerate it. So yeah, I mean, to help accelerate it, add a bit of nitrogen. You can urinate into it. You can get some worm leachate or some manure runoff on it. Maybe sprinkle some coffee grounds. But I mean, I'm going to use some worm leachate and some manure runoff, which I just need to check isn't overflowing. No, it's not overflowing, that's fine. And yeah, I'm going to go to the forest in a minute and go get some leaf mould from the ancient forest, which is full of all the bacteria, not bacteria, all the fungi, which is indigenous to this area, which is helping to break down all the lignin and all the cellulose in all the leaves, and just inoculate the whole pile with all the indigenous microorganisms and help break it down a lot quicker than what normally would be. So let's go to the forest and get some microorganisms. And we'll take the dogs as well. Ollie loves going to the forest. He normally comes back covered, but he needs a bath anyway. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit and yeah, go for a little wander around the forest. So I'm just in the forest and I'm going to look for some mycelium and some down trees which have been started to decompose by the fungi. Yeah, breaks down the cellulose and the lignin in the strands of the wood and everything, and yeah, it just helps to decompose the leaf mould. And my dog is absolutely filthy. Look at Ollie. Ollie, Ollie, you filthy little dog. Example of a log what's come down and started to decompose. That looks pretty good in there, and you can tell there's a mushroom there, so the fungi is definitely getting to work on this, but don't know if I'll be able to scrape any of that out, get it into a little bag, but I'll give it a go. So I'm just going to get my little bag out and my little trowel. I just want to scrape a bit of that into the bag. I don't need a massive amount. It's just use as an activator for the leaf mould. Let's get some of these bigger bits out of the way. But yeah, some mycelium down here, which is pretty good. I'm just going to get my glove on. But yeah, it looks pretty good. So this is going to have all the microorganisms, all the fungi indigenous to this area, which is I think that'll do for there. It's going to be perfect. I don't know if I can find any bits with a little bit of mycelium on that. It's not a massive amount, but that'll do for now. I'll try and find another bit. It's best to get a selection of bits from different areas. So I'm just going to cover this back up. Pick my tool back up. Yeah. You don't want to take bagfuls of it. You only need a tiny little bit. Sprinkle that through the leaf mould. Maybe try and find another specimen. So yeah, it's pretty good so far. Happy with that. So I'm just coming up to this fallen tree, and this one looks perfect. So as we go in for a closer look, you can see all the fungi on the surface of the bark here, and down on this piece of wood just down here. It's perfect. What you found, Ollie? What you found? Getting some mycelium? You dirty little dog. So looking at all the white mycelium just down here at the base of this log here, it just looks like it's going to be perfect for the indigenous microorganisms to help to break down the leaf mould in my leaf mould bin. So let's just grab the bag out and grab some more. So all around down here, that is all leaf mycelium and stuff. Let's get a handful of that. Should do. Don't need a lot, like I say. Don't want to rob Mother Nature. Just need a little bit. So that's a couple of different samples of some perfect materials to add to the leaf mould, help it break down a bit quicker. Take you in for a bit more of a close-up, maybe. It looks quite good stuff, that. So I can't wait to get back and add it to the leaf mould. And I'm probably going to collect some. Well, here's Ollie back for some more. Collect some proper leaf mould which has been already made, if I can find a decent amount. I mean, that's fairly decent just down in there. It's all lovely and crumbly. You can see the mycelium on that little lump there. Perfect. So this is my favourite spot to get leaf mould. There's lots of fungi around here and a wild animal called Ollie. And here it's just like a little ditch what runs alongside the forest here, down there, from up there. And when it rains, there's several sort of like swales that all run into this one, and it washes all the goodness down into here. And because it's kind of levels out here a bit, there's a few twists and turns and stuff, it kind of builds up here. So just have to get a little stick, clear the leaf litter, and yeah, collect some of the leaf mould what's already been here for a few years maybe, and that's going to be a brilliant activator for leaf mould at home. It's got all the fungi and all the microorganisms in it essential for this area to withstand any harsh conditions throughout the winter. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Just going to put you down and yeah, just show you me getting a bit. Let's just quickly get my glove on. Ollie's helping me already. You know the score, don't you, Ollie? So what we're going to do is just remove a little bit of leaf litter and break it up a little bit. Let's get a handful. Just one. Just a couple, 2 or 3 little handfuls. Maybe one more for luck. That'll do. Don't want to be greedy. So that's going to be the last sample I'm going to take today for the leaf mould. Hi everyone, so back from the forest, and took a little bit longer than I expected. Had to give Ollie a real good bath, but yeah, he loves it up there. So yeah, basically this is what we're hoping to make at the end of all this, is some real nice leaf mould. And yeah, so basically just got a couple of little bags which will be teeming with microbes in here, and yeah, so it's just lots of little fungi and stuff in there, and lots of biology to help kickstart this pile. So what I'm going to do is just come over here, sprinkle it in, basically sprinkle it on, put this bag on first, and then I might just, oh, picked up a stone there, a couple of stones. There's a chestnut. Yeah, so we don't want that stone in there. I'll take that out. Is it still tracking me? Yeah. So yeah, and then just tip this other bag in. So that's going to add, like I say, all the indigenous microorganisms into that. I'll just grab a fork and I'm just going to mix it in a little bit and give it a bit of a water in. So these leaves are quite compressed already, so I don't need to work it in too much, as the water is going to take it down, but I just want to get it incorporated a little bit. Yeah, so hopefully that's going to inoculate the pile a bit, and then I'm just going to make sure that it's well watered down. And this is the worm leachate, which has got the manure in and everything from Wormtropolis, my worm farm. So yeah, you have to keep it nice and moist, otherwise the fungi is all going to die, and we don't want that to happen. We want the process to keep going all the way through winter. And then what I'm going to do in the springtime is I'm going to dig this from here and pop it in the Dalek just down here, and I may even weed whack them while I'm putting them in there if there's no worms in amongst it. But yeah, and then the soil at the bottom is going to be used for my potting mix. But yeah, it's going to be good because there's lots of worms in the bottom there, so they're going to be dragging it all down. So yeah, just going to make sure it's all nice and moist. And next week I'm going to be collecting more leaves, and the more you add, the more it's going to shrink with the weight and everything. You want to keep them weighted down as well so they don't blow away. I think that's enough water for that. I'm just going to go get this little bit of I don't know if it's going to follow me all the way around, is it? So this is some J-Darm fertiliser, and this has got a little bit of super soil in actually, and some urine, and this has got leaf mould in it as well from the forest. I'll put that on there and close that up. Perfect. And yeah, so all there's to do now is just to weigh this down so we don't blow away, and yeah, just keep it well watered, keep topping it up if you can, and that should produce some perfect leaf mould. So I hope I've given you some good hints and tips on what to do with yours and how to speed it up. I don't want to speed it up too much, but I just want to you know, speed it up a little bit with fungi rather than nitrogen and stuff. So that should give it a bit of a jump start, and you inoculate everything with indigenous microorganisms. So give us a thumbs up if you liked it, or thumbs down or whatever, it's up to you. And yeah, please consider subscribing. Hit 500 today, so that's awesome. Thank you very much, and hope everyone's having a good weekend. And yeah, hopefully Ollie won't go rolling in the mud again. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Cheers, goodbye.